Coming up on this edition of Quincy in Focus.
Has one man to beat at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Presidents!
A recap of the annual Quincy and North Quincy High School Thanksgiving Day matchup.
3, 2, 1.
The city of Quincy ushers in the holiday season.
Programs that we have in the Commonwealth are some of the most robust and responsive in the country.
And the Good Neighbor Energy Fund holds a press conference to discuss heating initiatives. These stories and more coming up on Quincy in Focus.
Hello and welcome to Quincy in Focus, Quincy Access TV's news magazine show. My name is Sherry Kajust and I am a student interning here at QATV. Leading off this edition, the city of Quincy recently held a veterans ceremony at Quincy High School to honor and recognize living World War II veterans. More than 30 veterans were in attendance and thanked for their service to the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, the veterans we honor here today are special indeed. Not only are they the representatives and personification of America's greatest generation and all that that label includes, but these men and women are living historical institutions who served and fought in the most significant war in human history. They're not here to seek honor or recognition for themselves, but have rather chosen instead to be here to represent the brotherhood and sisterhood of all those men and women who served alongside them during the Second World War. As the son of a highly decorated World War II combat veteran, it's a tremendous sense of pride for me and honor that I now have the honor to introduce to you my dad's Quincy compatriots. Ladies and gentlemen, Russ Erickson. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 95-year-old Edward O'Toole. And this is a special occasion for him because he turned 94 yesterday. Happy birthday, Carl Awood. Please welcome John Coyne. Please welcome Richard Morrissey. The one and only Tom Shepard. And please welcome, if you would, 97-year-old, or is it 99? I can't read. 99-year-old Dean Schaefer. Please welcome 97, soon-to-be 98-year-old Peter Sorge. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Pasquale. Please welcome 96-year-old Jim Uveniti. Please welcome 95-year-old Robert Conley. Please welcome 94-year-old Pasquale DiMatteo. Ladies and gentlemen, Corporal Mildred Cox. 97-year-old Master Sergeant Fred Grenier. 95-year-old Joseph Ralph. 94-year-old Bernie Schnapper. Romeo Magnarelli. 95-year-old Charlie Santoro. Please welcome Navy veteran James Peady. He turns 91 next week. Happy birthday, Americo Speranzo. James Papil. Ralph Papil. United States Marine Corps Corporal John Barr, Jr. John. Ladies and gentlemen, United States Army veteran Russell D'Angelo.
On that day, 78 years ago, they were going about their lives, planning their future, carving out what they were going to do with themselves. And then the devastating news of Pearl Harbor hit sometime in the afternoon here on the East Coast, and it changed their lives forever. But these heroes answered the call of this great nation and fought and battled, knowing that the very safety of the shores that they came from was at danger. George told me at one time there was over 8,000 Quincy World War II veterans, and we're down to 100. We need to ensure that their stories are remembered forever. So I implore you to get to know these folks and learn their history, because it is vital that we not forget the sacrifice of this generation.
QATV and the Quincy Christmas Festival Committee held a poster contest for Quincy students, grades 1 through 5. There were a total of 6 finalists out of 500 entries. Winners won a cash prize. Their artwork was featured in the window of the Quincy Sun and rode on a float in the Quincy Christmas Parade.
I'm Olivia Clifford and I'm in grade 5.
Awesome. So you entered a contest with this poster that you made, and you won first place. How does it feel?
Good.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about your poster?
I was calling for like the around the world theme, like Christmas around the world, and I looked up like on the internet like how they celebrate and stuff.
We have a poster here to show everybody that you created for a contest, and you won first place. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your poster?
Sure. So my poster has the flags and the Christmas bulbs, and it has Rudolph and Santa on top of the earth. So I wanted it to look like Santa Claus is traveling the world.
So we here at QATV and on behalf of the Christmas Festival Committee would like to thank all of the students who participated in our poster contest. Out of 675 applicants, we had 6 winners, placing winners, and we also had 10 honorable mentions, 5 for each category, that we'd like to mention now. All of our placing winners will receive a cash prize, $100 for first place, $75 for second place, and $50 for third place. Plus, their artwork will be featured in the windows of the Quincy Sun for the holiday season.
Quincy's annual tree lighting ceremony was recently held on the Hancock Adams Common. Visitors enjoyed caroling, hot cocoa, free performances, and more.
Now it's a great deal of pleasure to introduce to you the mayor of our great city, our great mayor, Thomas P. Koch. Thank you, Barry. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of my colleagues in government, I know some of them are here. I see Councilor DeBona, Councilor Kane, Councilor Palmucci, Cheryl McDermott, and I'm sure there's others out there as well. Welcome to our annual Christmas event here in front of City Hall. And I know we got a special guest waiting to join us on the stage here. Anyone know who it is?
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Everybody make good boys and girls!
Mr. General, come on.
We're going to have Mr. General lead us in the countdown. Kids, you can join us, all righty? We're going to go countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody's gonna be good boys and girls. Everybody's good boys and girls. You sure? I'm gonna double check the list. Merry Christmas.
Quincy's annual Christmas parade made its way down Hancock Street this year, and QATV was there to capture all the action. Joe Catalano and Betty Campbell hosted QATV's coverage as floats, marching bands, kings, and queens greeted onlookers. This year's 87th annual Quincy Christmas Parade was filled with laughter, love, and joy. Music floats, horses, kings, queens, and Santa Claus filled the streets of Quincy for this marvelous occasion. Despite the freezing temperatures, everyone seemed to have a wonderful time.
Oh, and who is Tessie?
Tessie is Wally's little sister.
Yeah, Wally busy today?
Wally must be. He'll be here before you know it. This medley of holiday tunes for the Saints for the work that they do.
Yeah, the clippity clop.
Yes. They certainly will not mind any snow for sure. They are built for it.
Aren't they beautiful? Wonderful. They've been here before and
Well, there's a
be a
tale
real
of two
crowd
cities.
pleaser,
Yes. Snow parkas and steel drums.
Right.
What a perfect combination.
yeah.
But these folks, I saw them actually at Arts Fest this year.
Oh, really?
They put on a great show.
Uh-huh.
But they are an authentic Caribbean steel drum band.
Uh-huh.
All the members have a Caribbean heritage that they can claim. So it's cool.
How this band has grown over the years.
So much so.
Yeah.
So Michael DeMarco Marco does such a great job in the whole band program. Well, they sound like strong contenders in the competition this year.
They really do.
There's a firefighter to be. Future firefighter.
Look at him. How cute is that, huh?
And Betty.
Yes. Someone we've been waiting for.
Coming into view.
For the 87th time, the Quincy Presidents and North Quincy Red Raiders met on the football field for the city championship trophy. The Raiders were looking for a fourth straight victory on Thanksgiving Day, while the Presidents were hoping to start a winning streak of their own.
North Quincy would get first crack to score on Thanksgiving morning, and first things started off by Tyler Lee, the running back for the Red Raiders. Nice run here, and it's going to put the Red Raiders into President's territory. On the very next play, though, the ball is going to come loose out of the shotgun. Cooper Hansen cannot hold on to it. Tyler Lee cannot get it either for the Red Raiders, and the Presidents pick the ball up in North Quincy territory. On the next play, the Presidents quarterback Drew Brady is going to go back to pass, but a great play right there by Liam Hines for the Red Raiders on the interception to get the ball right back to North Quincy. On the very next play, another fumble. Tyler Lee cannot get the exchange from Cooper Hansen, and now the Presidents recover as well. Quincy on the very next play is going to hand it off to their star running back Isaiah Steinberg, his first carry of the day, and he's going to go to the left side. Ball comes loose again, and North Quincy recovers 4 plays and 4 consecutive turnovers. Things finally settle down now and move to the second quarter, and Quincy High School is driving down the field. They're at the North Quincy 24-yard line. Drew Brady looking into the corner of the end zone for Derek Little, and a great job there by Little. He taps his feet to stay in bounds, and the Presidents strike first. They're up 7-0. On the ensuing drive now for the Red Raiders, quarterback Cooper Hansen is going to have another pass tipped as he goes back to pass, and it's going to get intercepted by Devin Desmond, and North Quincy cannot get things going. Desmond with a nice return here for the Presidents, and that's going to set them up here as they try to go down the field and score again. Later on this drive, the Presidents now at the 5-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Steinberg over to the left side, and he's going to go into pay dirt. Quincy strikes again. Point after is missed. Quincy up now 13-0. Later now in the second quarter, the Presidents are able to force a North Quincy turnover on downs with under a minute to go in the half. Baretti passes over to Desmond. Desmond, a great play, running down the left sideline, makes one man miss right there, and he's going to go into the end zone. A 62-yard touchdown pass, and Quincy is now up 20-0 with 39 seconds left to go in the first half. North Quincy trying to get something going before the half ends, and it's going to hand off to Josh Jackson, but a huge hit by Bobby Janig, and North Quincy cannot get into the end zone. It's 20-0 at the half. North Quincy driving down the field now in the third quarter. Hansen looking down the field and finds an open Andrew God, who comes loose for a 17-yard pass and complete. Later on in the drive, Hansen looking down for Colm Gary, but a great deflection right there by Matt Kelly to prevent the touchdown. However, North Quincy would go down and get 6 points. They drive down the field. They're at the 1-yard line. Josh Jackson gets it again. He puts it into the end zone, and North Quincy gets on the board. 20-6 is the score. North Quincy able to get 6 points on the board, but it's just too much defense here today for the Presidents as Matthew McGinnis comes in and makes the big sack on Hansen, and Quincy's going to win the ball game by a score of 20-6. Quincy's defense coming out outstanding plays all game long for the victory.
Congratulations, Quincy High School, city champs.
The The Northeast region of the Alliance for Community Media held their annual conference in Portland, Maine. QATV received an award for a DPW PSA titled Textile Competition, featuring the DPW's very own John Sullivan.
John, you secured a first place win for the Textile Competition public service announcement. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk about the what the public service announcement was intended to do and maybe why you thought it was chosen as a first place winner.
Well, it was intended to make me a star, and apparently it has, thanks to my support staff, Carol Themin on camera, and Mark Crosby, best boy.
We should mention that Quincy High School students actually did all the camera work for the piece, and certainly their talent was on display. And let's say that contributed certainly to the win.
Definitely. There's something about it. It just everything went smoothly once those high school kids showed up.
So we'll now go to the award ceremony where John and I did receive, again, the award for first place in the Northeast region of the Alliance for Community Media for the short subject PSA category.
And in first place, textile competition, John Sullivan and Mark Crosby from Quincy Access Television.
The Good Neighbor Energy Fund recently held a kickoff press conference for the 2019-2020 heating season. The fund assists families to pay gas or electric bills to keep their homes warm during the winter months.
As you well know, soon there'll be thousands of Massachusetts households in temporary crisis and in need of energy assistance this winter. They'll be looking to the fund and to all of us to help provide them with some warmth. I've been involved with the fund now for all the years that I've been with Unitil, for more than 22 years, and it makes me especially confident that I know we'll be able to expand upon its good work, as it happens every year, for this campaign and make a difference in the lives of all the families that are in need across this great state.
But I'd have to say that heating and energy are two of the most fundamental needs. Too often we overlook the importance, or we take them for granted, but they affect every facet of our life. Each year when it gets cold, I can't shake the unfathomable questions which I hear from my constituent. How do you choose between heating your home and feeding your children? Paying for your car to drive to school or to work, and making sure that you and your family have health insurance. The assistance programs that we have in the Commonwealth are some of the most robust and responsive in the country. They are designed to provide foundational help while empowering residents to triumph over adversity. For this reason, the legislature has come together, House and Senate and the administration, to face in the face of, I should say, the federal budget cutbacks and shutdowns, to significantly boost the funding of low-income home energy assistance program. In our most recent budget, the legislature increased the funding by over $20 million. Often people who have worked their entire lives to build a better future for themselves and their families. And even though no fault of their own, they found themselves in need of help. And we've all heard of that story. When that happens, basic necessities, including heating and energy, become hard to manage. This is a reality for far too many. No one knows about these challenges more than the Good Neighbor Energy Fund. I believe in the great promise of Massachusetts to help those, and I quote, in the shadows of life. And on behalf of the House, I pledge that on the state level, I will stand up for our residents and I will protect them.
That's all for this edition of Quincy in Focus. Our next episode will be our annual Year in Review, where we highlight the top 25 stories featured on Quincy in Focus in 2019. If you would like more information about Quincy Access Television or are interested in becoming a member, visit our website at qatv.org or call 617-376-1440. My name is Sherry Cajuste, and thanks for watching this edition of Quincy in Focus.